Hi, this is Mick Elliott from Electronic Specifier at Embedded World. I am on the Mouser stand with Mark Burr-Lonnon, Senior Vice President, Global Sales for Mouser. Mark, thank you for joining us. First of all, could you just give us a little feel for how 2023 has started for Mouser and the distribution sector generally? Any trends you might see?
Yeah, it was really hard coming into this year, Mick, because off the back of the last 2 years, we grew $1 billion in each of the last 2 years. So as we hit January, it was a case of, hey, what's going to happen this year? But it's actually started remarkably well. So if we look at the performance, our January over January last year was up, and our February over February was up, and our March over March is looking up. So as much as we were a bit concerned possibly coming into the year about the growth, I think so far so good. So I'm not putting the flags out, but I'm just saying it's okay.
Any particular geographical areas driving that, and any application areas you see pushing that forward?
Yeah, from a geographic standpoint, actually, funnily enough, it's Europe. Europe's been our fastest growing region now for the last 2 years. So this will be the third, and it's already looking like it's probably going to be the fastest growing this year. Our second fastest growing region is the Americas, followed by Asia, which is sort of struggling so far this year, but we know that's not us, we know it's the market, and we think that's going to come back in the second half of the year. From an application standpoint, as you know, Mick, we see it from everywhere because we're so broad-based. So all the normal suspect areas, we're seeing the growth from, but everywhere's looking pretty good right now, and we think it's going to be a very solid year, moving into probably an even stronger year next year.
Just you mentioned Europe performing particularly well. Are there any countries, regions within Europe that stand out?
Well, pleasingly, actually, we're here in Germany. Pleasingly, our biggest market, like everybody's, is Germany, and Germany is growing just about the fastest out of all the regions. UK is doing very well. Brexit's had no effect there for us, so that's great. And Italy and France also going very strongly. And then we're also seeing some good business growth in Poland is pretty strong for us too. So, but there's nowhere which is not performing. They're just the ones which are doing better than the rest. So,
okay. In just going back to some of the logistics, and you've opened a new distribution center in Mansfield near Dallas in Texas. That I believe is up and running. So just give us an update on that, and then maybe how you see that going forward in terms of adding logistics to the Mouser firepower.
Yeah, well, we only just finished the last warehouse, and what we find in our business, it's really not always that difficult. The bigger the warehouse and the more product, the more you sell. So we're heavily invested in new warehousing and technology. We've just broken ground not long ago now on another new warehouse. So even though this one's just finished, we've actually broken ground on a new one. The concrete's down. That's about 435,000 square feet of concrete. The structure's now beginning to go up. That's actually going to be a 3-story building. So we have a 1 million square feet of warehousing right now. When we open the new warehouse in early 2024, we'll have another 1 million square feet of warehouse. So we're going to be pretty good for warehouse space. And if, as we believe, inventory continues to drive our model, then we're in pretty good shape, Mick.
Give us a little bit of detail on inventory. What are we looking at now in your investment? What's in the Mouser distribution centers?
Yeah, we have one center, so it's the only one we have is in Mansfield, Texas, as you say. So we don't have anyone anywhere else. We ship to the world from that one. We got $1.6 billion of free inventory, so that's available to every customer, every engineer, whoever wants to buy it, they can all come and buy it from one piece. And on top of that, we have a lot more which is due in. I won't embarrass the suppliers, but we have a lot more due to come in as well. But we're sitting on 1.6 billion ready to ship out the door today. So,
you just mentioned suppliers. What trends are you seeing in terms of product availability and pricing now, after what was a bit of mayhem, if you like, over 2021, 2022?
Yeah, sort of semi-mayhem, I guess. Actually, that's probably a good word too, semi-mayhem. If I try to make it easy, the passive business has almost returned to normal. Yeah, so that's really not too bad. The connector business is almost to normal, and certainly the growth on those has lowered from where they were for sure. But on the semiconductor side, we're still seeing allocation, we're still seeing shortages in the market, we're still seeing long lead times, but we're also seeing big chunks of inventory coming in from suppliers where last year we didn't see very much on the semi side. We're also seeing some of the semi suppliers, a couple of them now coming down to like 6 to 8 weeks. But on the flip side of that, we still got some saying it's not coming till 2024. So it depends where you are on which commodity you're talking about and which supplier. But in general, it's getting better, but it depends where you're sitting and what you call better, yeah? So.
One of Mouser's strengths is new product introductions. Maybe just talk us about some of the progress there and indeed the number of new lines you've looked to add over the past 12, 15 months.
Yeah, I mean, the last couple of years we've added, I forget the actual number, it's over 200 lines. I mean, we just continue to add lines. Now, we have every, major line known to mankind already, so there's no major lines really that we need. If there's any listening and we don't have you, please come and tell us. But we've been very busy taking on lots of smaller lines, lots of new technology, especially on the embedded side, actually. So I think we'll continue to do that. But of course, whereas some of the big lines we took on in the past were bringing us like, 10, 20, 40, 50,000 line items, now it's like 100, 200, 500. So it's very different what we're taking on. But a lot of those are, real high-tech parts, so it's totally different, yeah.
I mean, some of those are small to medium-sized companies. Is that you looking around the market and seeing potential, or is that the companies coming to you and saying, look, I've got this fantastic product, I'd love to get it out through Mouser?
It's really a bit of both. I mean, we use a show like this to walk around, and we have a team that walks around and looks for things that, well, basically we look for busy booths, yeah? Busy booths where we don't have the line and go, should we have that line? So that's a really useful thing here at Embedded. But then we have so many people every day. I mean, they either come on our website or they just phone us up or they send us an email and say, we'd like to be in your on your website really nowadays. So.
One of the trends, obviously, over the past few years has been e-commerce. Can you just talk us about where Mouser is now and some of the investments you've made to make it easier for customers to buy from you?
Yeah, I mean, our investment in the website's been huge, as you know, and we take about coming up to about 60% of our dollars now come over the web. Just about over 80% of the transactions come over the web. And for us, it's all about speed. So everything we do on the web, it's all about making that faster. It's all about making the content available to more and more people, and also doing that in the right language. So we're looking right now at the main languages we have of improving that, but also now looking at different languages where we don't do that. So you're going to see probably some of those rolled out as well, whereby it's not just at the going through the cart to check out, but a bit more of the content and the technical details as well. So, but yeah, we have a huge team now working on everything to do with the web to make it quicker, faster, better, because that's what it's all about, and it not breaking. That's probably the main one. I mean, we measure it in terms of seconds that it's down. It can't go down for more than seconds because that's a problem. Yeah.
And one important point is engaging with the engineers of the future. I know Mouser has a number of projects and initiatives on the go to attract students into the industry and help them understand the industry. Can you talk us through a few of those?
Yeah, we try to make our offering as really as exciting as possible to everybody, be it someone who's working already or whether it's in the school or education community. So we partner up with quite a few people around the world, whether it's in racing car projects or whatever, and we do things in Germany, UK, China, India. So we like to do those things because today's students and guys out in education are tomorrow's customers. So we focus as much time on that as we can, without really, we have to make money at the end of the day. So we have to focus a lot of our attention on on the customers of today, but we do also do on the customers of tomorrow as well, and they're very important to us. Yeah.
And you work quite closely with, I mean, a number of your suppliers, I think, are quite supportive of those initiatives as well, aren't they?
They are. I mean, lots of the semi guys in particular are really excited about getting involved in those projects, because for them too, we play a big role in taking their new products to market. We play a big role in making their products available, and we do a lot of joint ones with some of our big semiconductor suppliers for sure. Yeah. Okay,
and just to summarise, 2023 looking reasonably upbeat.
Yeah, I'm always upbeat anyway, but I'm not the best person to talk to, Mick. But no, I think it's going to be an okay year this year. I think we're going to see some growth, which is great, off the back of 2 years of $1 billion growth. I'd eat my hat if we grew by $1 billion again this year, but who knows? I think it's going to pick up a lot towards the end of the year as we start to go into 2024. So we're excited by this year, and then as we get into next year with that new warehouse, inventory is king. I think it's going to be a great 24. So.
Mark Burr-Lonnon from Mouser, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Mick.